For me, made me wanna say, and even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta. I know I gotta. Even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I gotta. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me, made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta. Still gotta.
Can I talk my...
Come on!
It's week 6 of the NFL. And coming up, we're going to see Keenan Allen. It was a nice line for him a week ago, reaching the century mark and scoring a touchdown. It's the Chargers and the Panthers, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the LA Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. We're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should. And what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers. Even with all the games we have broadcast together over the years, partner, seems like every time we see something new and kind of get that feeling we might get something unique here in this one as well.
No two games ever really the same, are they, Brandon?
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Jeremy Chin, so dangerous wherever he's at on the field, and that time he gets in there for the sack. So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early 2nd down and long. That's taken in by the tight end, McKinney. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So how's that for an interesting way to start this ball game?
First drive of the game and you go backwards all the way into your own end zone?
Guess it kind of makes you wonder what else we might have in store here in this one. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Taken in at the 22. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Another run with Sanders. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. Ooh, the juke. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
2nd down and a yard.
Now Young. And this will be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 40 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
2nd and 7.
Now Young.
He's got Mingo.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment.
They'll motion out one of the tight ends.
Sanders.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Sanders again.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Miles Sanders, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to stretch out their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that makes this a 9-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive.
And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Herbert on first down now. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sand.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up fourth down now. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we get a look at him. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. There's certainly... And now off to the races, down the right side. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
So this play, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment, running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
Second down and 3.
Here's Sanders. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run with Sanders. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Possession switching back now to the Chargers. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
On first down, Justin Herbert.
This is swung out to Eckler.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up second down.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told us.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. 16-0. That's the score after one on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it facing a second and long situation. Under pressure, they got him again. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Herbert now. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, first and 10. Now the Panthers and Miles Sanders headed out for another drive.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Carolina. 48 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. And some strong running. And power running here down to the 6-yard line.
62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here.
Second down, back to Sanders.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Tommy Trimble.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Panthers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, fans of old school football, they got to be loving this, partner. All 3 drives so far have ended in a touchdown, and all 3 on the ground.
And when you say fans of old school football, count me in, because you just don't see ground games dominate the scoring by pounding the rock like this anymore. To me, this is refreshing.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
And just shutting him off there.
And he returns this to the 22.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment.
The Chargers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
A give. Eckler running to the right. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
Here's Herbert.
Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Third down.
Here's Herbert.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Herbert's this throw taken in by Johnston.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 9.
Herbert.
Throw left side, take it in by McKinney.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Eckler is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Touchdown, Chargers!
Josh Palmer,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Chargers get a bit closer.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Extra point forthcoming. And that makes it 23-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. That throw by Young incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here's Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And take it right at the 35. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now it's Herbert.
Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Back to throw here, Herbert.
There's a short throw to his tight end, McKinney.
And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Again, Herbert.
Pass out left finds Johnston.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Herbert operating from the red zone.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Strong coverage by Carolina, and on we go to 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And that will cut the lead down to 13. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, and it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. Drew Lock has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Daniel Jones leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Will Levis, terrific in the win, and a much-needed win at that, as it is indeed their first on the year.
in that first half. We saw the veteran Miles Sanders doing his thing. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, it's Young. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Throwing, Young. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out.
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Allen. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. It's Eckler again. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
Well, that was the thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now the Panthers and Miles Sanders headed out for another drive. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Looking to throw, Young. He'll find Thielen working the middle. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. Young. He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 30 yards there. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is, his ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
First down, Young. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On the counter now, it's Sanders. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Young off the play fake. This one into the hands of Thielen. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards the final tally.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They go back to the ground with Sanders. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Once again with Sanders. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Young to throw it. Steps away to his... And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Bryce Young taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Panthers had 6 to their lead.
They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now 2nd and 9. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. There's a short throw to his tight end, McKinney.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice game.
Defense.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Herbert now.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Panthers will get the football back. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Another run here with Sanders. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. This is swung out to Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So
pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Chargers' 30-yard line.
A give running left. It's Sanders. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Now Young. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down. So Young will head to the sideline, and on is Pinheiro for the Panther field goal. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. This is up and good from Pinheiro. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. More from L.A. in a moment. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. There's a short throw to his tight end, McKitty. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Right side, he has Johnston. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Play action. It's Herbert. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Herbert back to the air. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this. And you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Another run with Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Third and short yardage, Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Panthers, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.